minutes in the pastoral epistle, the book of Philippians, Paul's letter to the church at Philippi. And we continue the last time, we shared about the very fact that Paul was able to demonstrate that as long as God's word is preached, there's going to be value with God's word, with the cause of Christ, regardless of the messenger, whether in pretense or truth, as long as his word is proclaimed. That, again, as we said in the last session, that doesn't mean that we don't deal with the person. That's not what he's saying at all. His pure focus, though, his complete focus was the fact that, I rejoice in the fact that Christ's word is being proclaimed. And now, we're going to talk about the preacher's vow. Don't be put to shame. The preacher's vow, don't be put to shame. Let's continue on. Yes, I rejoice. We're in chapter 1, verse 19, 18, 19. For I know this will turn out to my deliverance through your prayers and provisions of the Spirit of Jesus Christ, according to my earnest expectation that I will not be put to shame in anything, but that with all boldness Christ will even now, as always, be exalted in my body, whether by life or by death. The preacher's vow, don't be put to shame. What can we say in just a few verses that we look at here? I have a saying, Lord, take me to glory before I disgrace you. It doesn't matter. You can go years. You can do extraordinary things. You can have a great ministry. You can help people in incredible numbers. But if you do something disgraceful and you put yourself and your Lord to shame, it places in question everything that you have done. That's the reason why Paul had this incredible standard, and you can see we're going to be talking even more about standards. But his concern was not to put the Lord to shame. Of course, it's a reflection upon what we talked about in the last session, that there are persons who are disingenuous. They're proclaiming Christ, but they have absolutely the wrong motives. And in parallel and in comparison to that, his concern is not to shame and not to be put to shame. He says this, to always exalt Christ. Watch this. Be exalted, that he be exalted in my body, whether by life or by death. The thing that disgraces the minister more than anything else, the thing that will fall the evangelist, the pastor, the bishop, the elder, the thing that will trap them more than anything else is their body. And Paul, in being the standard of leadership, we'll talk about this a little later again, standard of discipleship, he makes that vow, and every person in ministry should make the same vow. And when you can't sincerely make that vow, it raises great question about our sincerity and our determination to glorify God in every kind of way.